Hello everybody, and welcome to the latest Worlds of ZZT livestream. I am your host, tour guide, and Museum of ZZT curator, Dr. Das, and today is a very special day. It is January 15th, and that means that it is ZZT's birthday today. 34 years ago to the day, ZZT came out, and it's changed many people's lives. Many people. Hopefully for the better. I think for the better. It's why we've got epic games. Tim made off pretty well from it, I would say. And the thousands of worlds produced by fans over the years, I think, means that ZZT has had a pretty beneficial effect on the world overall. Good times. Oh man, my voice still feels like incorrect right now. I apologize. But anyway, as is tradition on this day, hopefully somebody would have published One Must Fall. I had a lot of fun with that as a kid. But yeah, as is tradition on this day, we always go back and play through one of the original worlds. Except every 5th year, where we play all of them over the course of January. So get ready for that next year, actually. This year, the vote was pretty even, but City of ZZT is the one that pulled ahead, the 4th and final of these worlds. It's a personal favorite of mine. It's the one I enjoyed the most as a child, because it was probably the easiest one of these. So I don't think this is going to be a super long stream. I think we can get through this in a little over an hour, I bet. But yeah, let's take a look at City. Share some fun memories if we got them. I hope we do. And see if we can manage to escape after all these years. It's got the best title screen. I think of the original worlds, I like this one the most. It feels very fancy, very dignified. It looks really nice. But don't copy it because it is commercial software. You'll go to jail. There's so many jails in ZZT. Like, seriously, be careful about that. Very text heavy. Lots of labels. While town was pretty abstract. Oh yeah, actually. Can you see the keys here? The keys are a little cut off. I want to do... I purposely launched this outside of Solid HUD. It feels appropriate to play these ones specifically in the original ZZT itself. What if one were to make a board-for-board parody of City? Well, I would probably play it in October, but not in January. Yeah, this one was my favorite as a kid. It's, Town is a very goofy take on what a town is. It's got a palace and a castle and a forest and like a jazz club in the forest. I mean, I guess that could be in a town. But it's got a lot of like weird abstract things. I don't know what the heck is the stuff to the south is supposed to be in the context as a town. But City is a lot more like a city. Look at these places on our little signposts here. There's a train station, you go downtown. Pawn shop right next to City Hall. Park, jail, atrium, all the good stuff. Yeah, turn up the volume. Welcome to the City of ZZT, home of smog, crime, and endless bureaucracy. As you might guess, your goal is to escape from the city. How do you go about this? You'll have to figure out this one yourself. Good luck in the city, and remember, it's a jungle out there. Every time I'm in a city, I always think it's a jungle out there. Every time, without fail. Compared to town, again, there's the starting board is a lot more restricted, even though it still has 4 exits overall. We're just gonna head this way. Backgrounds are very colorful, as always. Game is no stranger to giving us ammo, which is a nice change. I suppose this is the train station. Sorry, you must have a ticket to board the train. If you don't have a ticket, contact your travel agent. Strangely enough, you don't remember having a travel agent. So as the fourth and final of these games, it's a little more complicated. It's not just about finding purple keys. In fact, that purple key over there is, I'm pretty sure it's the only one in the game. We gotta find other things. We need a ticket and an ID card. It's a pretty oppressive city. That's kind of going to be a recurring theme. If we head downtown, now entering downtown ZZT, watch out for muggers and stay away from the infamous Dr. Bob. Weird sign, eh? It's still got its sense of humor. I always loved this board. Oh yeah, Goldbeard, thank you for the 1 year subscription here. A full year, you've done it. Thank you. That happened before we started the stream proper here. I always looked at this board as like city streets, and there's a sidewalk that we're apparently not allowed to walk on. Gonna just shoot every gem this year. I'm sure we won't need them. Unlike basically everybody else, I think Tim Sweeney's games never used fake walls as floors. So that's why we can't walk on the sidewalk, because it would say it's a fake wall, and we can't have that. It's not. It's not a fake wall, it's a sidewalk. But City ends up being probably the friendliest of these games because it doesn't really have much in the way of puzzles compared to Town. And a core mechanic, as we'll see later, is we actually need to get a bunch of gems, which means there's a bunch of gems. So we can actually restore our health in this game fairly easily in comparison. There goes another one. I love the use of color on this board. The blue and white looks nice. And yeah, this game makes a good job of making you not want to shoot the gems, because you do need them. There are plenty to go around, but you gotta be careful. Ooh, that mugger was way too ready. Wow, okay. They're really waiting for me. So I guess this one, you know, I say like, you know, he refuses to make his fake walls anything but fake walls, but he is saying to watch out for muggers. And I think that's probably why ruffians are so frequently our thieves in other games. But now we get some more classic ZZT gameplay, and now, you know, objects play a much more prominent role in this one. We get our little tutorial here, teaching us how the buttons work. That's beautiful sound. And we're already almost out of ammo, which is pretty much a tradition. You just really get just enough here. Oh, I wish they were energizers, then we'd be set. What's cool is no matter how many times I play this game, I never actually remembered the solution to this, and I just kind of mash buttons until I get to where I need to be. Okay, well, that's definitely a good start. This is downtown. I guess maybe these are supposed to be like tiny homes. It's a lot easier to like map the boards to real world spaces in this in City compared to Town or the others. It's a good board. I think this is actually like... This is like an excellent introduction to what objects were like intended to be used for. You can't really make a generic door slidey thing. I think that would have been a pain to make an element, but with a little bit of scripting, make these little buttons, objects communicate with other objects, and you end up getting a pretty straightforward puzzle out of it. I guess I can go over here now. I don't think we have, like, any real insight to how all these 4 original worlds were created. We can kind of piece together that town and caves were the first. I would assume this has to be the last, because it really does just do so much more with objects than the others. It's using them far more casually here. Let's see, how do I move this one out of my way? Oh yeah, yeah. I think that was kind of like just a very common sort of community project. I don't think any ever really succeeded, but people always wanted to depict IRC and things and make your own homes or whatever and compile them all into a ZZT world. Just walk right into a centipede. Oh, this button's useless to me. Well, I need you to not be there, actually. Like I said, one day I'll actually remember the solution. Was it not the yellow one? I'm gonna grab this stuff so I don't have to worry about closing it off. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably it, but I'm not sure if, like, he was ever developing some of them concurrently. There we go. Or if he, like, finished town entirely. We do have, because we also have that, like, Worlds of ZZT from Soft Disk that we found, and that started with City. And then apparently there's another version with Town. I think an implication that there's supposed to be, like, a third out there that we never found. Which I think was Caves. But I think the fact that Worlds, the soft disk published one, started with City, I think that just speaks to that was seen as the quality one. That was the one that was going to get people interested. Dr. Bob here, the legend. Love this guy. What's happening, adventurer? Let me tell you about the secret trail in the park. You can find the trail to the immediate left of the Zizzy. Happy trails, dude. Such is the infinite wisdom of Dr. Bob, who I just kind of imagined sounding like Dr. Teeth from the Muppets. That was my Dr. Teeth voice with my voice randomly half shot out of nowhere. I think I just didn't hydrate enough today. Now I'm paying the price. Now I have to leave. Okay. Yeah, use your brain in these games, believe it or not. One thing it doesn't quite do so nicely is the backtracking here. Town's Forest has like a nice little back path with transporters, and I feel like one would fit in real nice, like right here. And honestly, have it send you all the way over here. Okay. We've got a red key. We don't know what it's for, but we've got it. We're not entirely dead. And we got a couple bucks. Let's see if we can buy anything. The off-centered pawn shop everybody loves so dearly. I think it does, but I think that's just, well, yeah, no, I mean, that would make sense. If it's there to get you back to the entrance passage, then yeah, why not just do it there? World famous pawn shop. How you doing? Here's how my little shop works. You bring me gems, and I'll give you supplies in return. I love the theming here. Everything, though, is very expensive. Well, 5 gems for 20 might not be too bad, but 10 health for 50 gems is absolutely absurd. And yet that's still better than Town, where you can't buy any health whatsoever. In fact, this is the only of the original worlds where you can actually buy health. Every other one, you get what you get. And if that's not enough, then start over, idiot. There's some pricey advice, but, let's see. We got a couple questions we can ask. How do you get into City Hall? Haven't been there. What about the train station? But I can't find any torches. What about the train station? We've been there. What can you tell me about the train station? You get a ticket and an ID card. You can get one from the ZZT bandit, but you'll have trouble locating him. He's in jail. That's where he's located. The mayor can help with the other. Famously, if you pay attention here, we'll lose. We pay in advance here. We take our 20 gems away. But if you don't pick any advice, you get 30 back, which is really convenient. So there is some leeway. As long as you can afford the initial advice payment, you can get infinite gems this way. Technically speaking, I guess you could do that for a speedrun. I don't know if that would actually be all that faster, because gems are kind of everywhere. But what's fun is the Worlds of ZZT version of where it's called ZZT City actually makes it like a specific gameplay feature. It's still the same. It actually adjusts the value. I think you get even more gems. But then like the README mentions like there's a trick to the pawn shop if you're really short on cash. They really, was it Chris Hedrick, I think was his name? I think it's a bug here, but rather than fix the bug in the soft disk version, they ended up just turning it into an actual feature, which is cool. So we should be good on that. And head to City Hall. We get this. I guess it's made of brick. I don't know what these other building materials would be. The clerk speaks. Sorry. You must have a hall pass to enter the City Hall. Could be the windows, yeah. I say that like, ah yes, unlike Town, City is a more realistic interpretation of these places, you know, the centipede-laden hallway of your local City Hall. Honestly, I really like that everything is slightly off-center. We're so spoiled by modern editors where we can just reposition things very easily. And I think compared to ZZT's Palace in Town, this one's a bit more interesting. You can kind of poke your head in a little bit. You get an idea of what all these places you'll head to will be. Well, listen, this is I don't think this is middle column. I'm looking at, like, the structure itself here. I guess you had to fit the text processing. But okay. That's true. Let's see. Was that the key to the jail? No. Let's go to the jail anyway. We were told there's somebody here who can help us out. We get, well, you know, he'll use forest for this. So I don't know. I think he's just inconsistent. Welcome to the jail! Okay. So it's not entirely without puzzles. But this one is more, once you understand what you need to do, you just do it repeatedly. We are going to break into maximum security prison. We're going to push a slider like so. This is going to throw a bomb out. Can I catch it? And then we're going to push it along. You get the idea. Now do it 10 times. We also get these weird X's and O's, because why not? So brace yourselves. We slowly figure this out together. Yeah, once you're in maximum security, you don't get to leave, I guess, now. The soft disk version of this is kind of wild. It adds in, like, gallows humor. There's, like, jokes about nooses. I did a bad job. I should be taking advantage of both boulders here so I can actually, you know, push these bombs without lighting them so early. But it is kind of a tedious puzzle. But on the bright side, it is a puzzle that a 10-year-old can figure out. And I think that's important. So we got 3 more bombs. There's also... Ugh, wow. There's also a little bit of leeway, which is nice. We got a couple extra bombs. We don't have to make every single one count. Can I catch this one? Yeah. Pushers are slow, thankfully. Yeah, my ZZT story as a child was finding Super ZZT and then regular ZZT on a shareware disk, CD. Playing them directly on the CD, because I didn't really understand computers that well yet. So my brother and I were playing these games without the ability to save, which kind of made them just more mysterious. Like, we so desperately wanted to know what was in the palace, and there was no way we were ever going to figure it out. I don't think I've ever actually been any of these, like, without dying once. Maybe town at this point. That'll do. Will it? That actually won't do. See, it's a good thing we have just enough bombs. Making a fool of myself on CZT's birthday. Oh, really gonna? Wow. That goes there. That could have been bad. A lot of these games are very content to make you have to restart from the very beginning. That's supposed to be part of the appeal, how challenging it can be. And while we're running away from that explosion, let's reveal the secret of the X and the O. I don't think these are really hinted at, other than eventually you reach that closet over there, and you can see an X and O. A room of no real purpose. We get a couple bucks and an Easter egg and a great little tune. I do like how these games hide these little things. It's fun that you can beat them and still have a little bit of mystery. Okay, we get it. Probably not. I feel like there's bound to have been like some real literal Easter eggs as Easter eggs by this point. I love this poor board, which is just like, oh shoot, I need to reorient things. Because you gotta have the headache room. Again, City of ZZT, very realistic city. And every time I play this game, I say, this is a good maze. This is one of the only good mazes in the world. It's fast, so it's fun. Isn't this annoying? No. It's cool. It looks neat. Which way do I need to go here? That'll do. Deposit the key. I'm really going in circles here. Wow. Stop. Why is this getting me? There we go. Oh, still 100 times faster than every maze, where I have to, like, individually hit every single invisible wall to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Can't go wrong with the headache room. And here we go. They'll never get out. There's just no way. What pride flag is this? You notice something different every year. The ZZT bandit speaks. Thanks. You have rescued me again. Take this green key. It unlocks the door to my hideout. There's a rare instance of continuity between these games. If you haven't discovered my hideout yet, talk to Dr. Bob. He'll give you directions. And away they go. And it is actually very funny to me that this one does have an alternate exit. If only the ZZT bandit had thought to go to the right. And we get everybody's favorite part. Talking to the other prisoners. Spanish without a single accent mark. ¿Qué quiere usted? Este juego ZZT es muy aburrido. Si poder comprender estas palabras, usted sabría que el programador de ZZT no escribe español correctamente. You know. You know, es muy aburrido. That's what they always say about ZZT. And this poor programmer who just can't write Spanish correctly. This guy's got money for some reason. And also he's angry. Did he just shoot randomly? Watch out. And lastly, go away. Hey, wait a minute. How'd the ZZT bandit get out? They don't have a key. We took the green key that was conveniently in the connected cell. Oh well. Out. Now entering ZZT Park. Enjoy your visit, but please don't feed the lions. It's such a cute idea for a board. It's just green and it's got lions. What more could you need? And this guy. The old bum. Got any gems for the poor? It's getting mighty cold these days. Yes. Have 10 gems. Thanks, buddy. And if you say no, thanks for nothing, tyrant. Everybody in the city of ZZT has a gun, is the thing. You have to understand this. Anyway, in order to beat this game, you have to shoot a homeless person. That's just the way it is, unfortunately. Alright, alright. If you give me 20 gems, I can give you a pass to City Hall. Bribe the bum. It's a jungle out there. Piece of plastic with the inscription City Hall Admit 1. I think the intent there is maybe that, like, you hit him in the crossfire when you're dealing with the lions, but, like, you do kind of have to go out of your way to be shooting in that direction, necessarily. He had this messed up looking board. It's really quite the shape. A lot of lions. I guess these are like the most killer event. There's a lot of lions in this city, though, actually. They're just kind of the go-to enemy. Okay. We are told to inspect the Zizzy. We can find a different secret passage. Keep out. This is the bad guys' territory. Nobody may enter without the keys of Dr. Bob and their ZZT bandit. We get us a typo. You had to pay money for this game. Speaking of money. Oh, we go. See? We've got more health than we started with, which is quite a shocker. Alright, now. Whenever you play this game, make sure the blink walls are off when you touch the ticket. It's very important. Because it makes the blink wall move. And it took us like 30 years to figure out what the hell. Now it's a thing we now know as die move. Turns out when an object dies, the next thing will move. Weird game, huh? Okay, we are flying through this already, honestly. We've got... Yeah, we got our hall pass. Ah, the atrium. I think this is the best board in the game, actually, which is probably why I ripped it off when I did my retro ZZT adventure Captain Cutlass last year. 2 years ago. It's just real nice ricochet work. Sometimes you can get a pretty good beat, too. Less of a fan of this weird rectangle of doors. Again, one wrong step, and you have to start everything over. Okay, that's a bad way to cross. You know, for the most part, I think ZZT actually does a really nice job with, like, PC speaker sound effects. Like, if I play Commander Keen and I walk off a ledge, it's misery, that sound. But for the most part, ZZT's sounds are pleasant. The duplicator gets pretty annoying. And if you have a whole bunch of objects shooting, that's pretty miserable too. But I think other than that, just like the normal sounds of gameplay are good. Alright, moment of truth. Will I walk in the correct door? And I suppose if you pick up like 10 energizers at once, it gets kind of silly, but like, that's the author's fault more than anything else. There's no benefit really to that. Good job, 1,000 point bonus, thank you. Rat race. This is a bit more what you expect out of town. You know, maybe I shouldn't have said that this was a more realistic portrayal of a city than town is of a town, because I don't know what this is. It's obvious, it's a metaphor for the rat race, our day-to-day lives. They're too hectic. We're trying to get the torches and the keys, but the tigers are in the way, and the centipedes are surrounding the bomb. It's got yellow borders, which is just our fun joke. Again, though, good use of color. I like the mix of line walls and normal walls. Like, this is a screenshot that you promote this game with. You show somebody this, and you're like, oh wow, things are going on here. I don't know what the heck they are, but... Now, if you're gonna shoot any gems, these are the gems to shoot. Because, oof, it ain't worth it. Let's see. I want to see if I can beat this game with more than 100 health. That's kind of my goal here. Come on. Come on. There we go. this board at least has some nice enemy variety, too. Those are just 3 heads. That's not even a big centipede. Ah, now these gems. How many do you get out of here? Yeah, so you will lose more health than you gain. And you have to crush one to begin with. This one is kind of mean. You'll never get every gem. Can you get anything out of this? Probably not. No, they're not going to be far enough. Nah. Another gamble where I just kind of have to hope I don't get shot. Oh, it's there we go. It was taking so long to just fire. Yeah, see there, now only like 5. There we go. Beautiful play. Nice. All of this for some torches. The only torches in the game. Which again, it's playing with the format. It's what if torches were like not just a random item, but they were something you really had to, like, you really sought after. We got all the torches we need. Do not shoot me. Do not shoot me when I run through here. Nice. Fate is on my side tonight. And just like that, we're already at the final area of the game. I've considered RT. Years and years ago, like decades at this point, I did experiment with like dungeons and town speed running, and this is the one that I wanted to. I wanted to do this one next because you don't need the torches, but you kind of want the torches is the problem. It's not a good board to go through without them. As we will see. Okay. Here's Tim having fun with elevators. Actually, hang on. First things first, we gotta go to the washroom. This is a heritage site. Right here. This is one of the most influential boards in ZZT, I would say. The first ever ZZT toilet. As you can see. I hope he has a room that's just like 200 square feet and there's a single toilet in it. It's such a weird board. Oh, we gotta get another key if we're gonna get to that bonus room. But with that first toilet, hundreds more. Hundreds and hundreds more were created. Let's see, how about the processing? I like the lobby though, honestly. Coincidentally, like, my apartment is super close to City Hall here. And I can see into the lobby. They've got a piano and a lot of paintings. I haven't seen any centipedes. But actually, you know, again, speaking of influential wards, I would say this is ZZT's first engine. It's the first time the player is controlling something other than themselves. And it's got a good sound. Can I just replay it if I touch this again? It's good. Oh, but I hit the other important button. Robot activated. That's why he looks like Vince from Megazooks. And it's really funny because you can't shoot the centipedes with this guy. Let's see, let's start blasting away this wall. You know what? I'm also just realizing now. He does a little play sound effect, so you don't... It doesn't sound miserable when this thing is firing 100 bullets compared to when an object normally does. You were so close. He realized that, like, hey, that would suck. I better make sure that a different noise plays instead. Oh, Tim. A little awkward to steer, but those are the controls for you. As a kid, though, I did think this was so cool. Alright. Oop, well, I think we just erased the centipede. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Robot, you done good. I'm so sad that you can't, like, say hello to the robot. It's important. There's no options available. It was 1990. The technology just wasn't there. You can make a robot move and you can make one shoot, but that was pretty much it. Caution! Do not enter this room without a torch, unless you want to die, because it is dark and full of monsters. A lot of good writing in this one, too. Okay, so we'll see what our torches are for. And, like, this is not a great board to go in, especially because there are invisible walls. Wait, it says this is the mayor's office? What? That seems incorrect. Can't believe a bear won the election here. Another one of these little colorful little sideboards. I wonder how much of this was just to pad the length of the game. A lot of the early promo material for ZZT like will say like, oh, over 50 boards. And a lot of them are just this. This scroll intentionally left blank. Key to mayor's office. That makes a lot more sense. I thought there was like an invisible desk. We got torches to spare. Ah, but I got hurt for it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that makes a little more sense. But you might be very confused if you don't go to the left at all. As I just was. Oh. Well, wait, what is it? What happens if I pick elevator now? Because the elevator is open. Oh, it just doesn't care. Fair enough. Alright, now for the real tech demo of ZZT. The elevator. On the one hand, this is incredibly cool. On the other hand, you are going to have to hate. You're going to have to wait for this elevator so long, so many times, you are going to hate this board. Watch out for those guys. Alright, well, now we're getting our cyan keys here to reach the actual mayor's office, which is even more sparsely decorated than the bathroom was, actually. So, you know, I think they really did spend their entire budget on the robot. I do like this little obstacle course. And yes, this poor mayor is not very easily approachable. That was close. I think you can shoot on this board. No, you can't. Okay. That's right. If you want to make this easier on yourself, you just have to, like, get hit by a bunch of bullets, so then you have a clear path. Alright, let's wait until we get our next key before we go through that again. We're going to be going through this board a lot. Oh, yes, we do have to make sure to use one in the washroom. Alright. Now to wait patiently for the elevator. This board should have had some music. I think the humor would have been worth it. I will take whatever one of these I can get. Yes, we'll go this way. Do not enter maintenance area without torch. Room is dark. And yeah, unlike the bear closet, this one is a lot nastier if you can't see. It would be easy to learn the invisible wall pattern and get through bear closet. But this part here is much rougher. Like the most challenging board in the game. The best strat I found, if you're trying to get through it quickly, is to just slam into some boulders and hope you crush everything. Which will get you a good amount of the way there, at least. But, oh boy. It's not that easy. Oh, unless it is, actually. I don't think I really got any trouble here. Okay, now we're gonna run for it. We're gonna run back. So, elevator. Are you impressed? Isn't it cool how all these objects are so well synchronized? Isn't it great? Can't you just watch it for hours on end? Yes, now is a good time to read donations. There's just, I wish the mayor's office wasn't part of it. That's the real problem. Because every single one of these keys, you then have to wait for it to cycle all the way back to the mayor's office. And it just takes forever. We've been doing good here so far. What's this say? City of ZZT Mayor's Office. Yeah, okay. I mean, it also says that over there, so. A fun fact about the elevator, though, is the version of it in Tor has a bunch of enemies in it. Ah, well. Can't win them all. And I'm assuming that they got rid of them because it makes it very easy for them to, like, jam up the elevator and completely ruin the effect. So now you don't even get to do anything here. But even if the enemies were there, you would kind of just deal with them and then still be stuck waiting. Okay, so we need to go into the 2 passages then. Love our little elevator operator up there. And the Potomac Computer Systems branding, because this is pre-epic. Okay. I'm assuming that if I went into our city hall here and I went like upstairs, I'd find a room like this. There's a bunch of like precious gems and lions and a guy who wants me to pick them all up. What do you say? You must get the gems before leaving. Okay. It's a metaphor. I wonder, actually, what the maximum possible score in this game is, because I don't think there's like a duplicator or anything, so there is a finite score. Yeah, well, just how many points will you have if you don't shoot a single gem? It's just so not worth it to try and grab them before you break in. But yeah, this is another board which hundreds of others have imitated. Sometimes you just gotta collect all the gems. Ooh. Okay, we're back in business. I've been recording for 59 minutes, so I don't think I'm going to beat this in quite under an hour. The footsies are real. Okay, we got 3 more little mini rooms. There we go. I went for it there. Oh, ow. So close. Okay, let's take this key into the washroom and get to the other side there. But first, let's wait for the elevator. Oh good, that was actually the last stop. Alright, one washroom, please. There we go, here's our hint at the X and O's. This, to me, is good secret design, actually. I really like this. And one for the road. Yeah. Yeah, it is, actually. Oh, but I didn't make it back. So now we have to wait for the entire elevator cycle. Please, somebody find elevator skip. I could have let out a big yawn on Mike, but I felt that might be rude. It's ZZT's birthday. Okay, now we get our other puzzle. The Spa. Featuring incredible lines like ZZT and Trick and oh and oof. Yeah, now that I think about it, I also did a board like this in oh man, what was my Oktoberfest game called? The one that's a parody of Nightmare? Snooze Fest, that's the one. Okay, so we got... Again, good sounds, and we get to bounce some bullets. And for the most part, we just have to make it happen. But that pusher down there means one of those is very important to shoot early before we accidentally block it off. Let me get that one first. I think we want to just... There we go. And you know, the pawn shop isn't the only bug in this game. Oh, I didn't actually mean to shoot that one. Do you just shoot these guys? The guys who say oof? That'll do it. But one of the things that took me years and years and years to actually notice is, once that first one moves, you can just start shooting the rest of the breakables. You only actually have to do that first one. But it's a fun puzzle. I want to do the puzzle. How fast? Let's see. Nope. There you go. Oh right, this is the trick shot. That's why it says trick. Nope. Never mind. I'm wrong. You have to thread the needle? I don't recall having to thread the needle. This stupid game. How dare it? I know it's your birthday. Yeesh. Okay, and I think this should be the last one. No, there's one more. What am I talking about? Alright, this should be the last one. This is such a good interpretation of what a spa and ZZT should be. And I didn't go back to the mayor's office with my previous key, as is the tradition. And now I have to ride the elevator multiple times as punishment. I need, like, an electrical shock. Not on ZZT's birthday. We gotta do it legit. This is the intended way. I messed up. I pay the price. Okay. Let's try one more time to go to that spa. We are flush with cash. We can just think about what we did, what we did, not just me, what all of us did together. I can't believe I have to turn in this stupid key. Please. Please, I desperately need to get to the washroom. I mean, let's be realistic here. This is just another one of the mayor's defenses. Like, you have to wait. You have to board the elevator. Actually, I think it is the first stop, so maybe not. No, second. Still. You don't get a say in going to the mayor's office. The elevator decides when you get there. Let's try this again. Wouldn't it just be easier to go home and not worry about the politics? Need like elevator turbo. Alright. Let's meet this great guy. The mayor speaks. Welcome to the city of ZZT, my fellow citizen. This is the town of over 1,000 exciting things to do, including the world's largest ball of string, not depicted, the ZZT Senior Citizens Rap Choir, not depicted, and many other exciting tourist attractions, not depicted. The best ideas in this game, we don't get to see them. Somebody has made the joke that when the ZZT community reaches, you know, their 60s, that we do need to actually start a rap choir. And I think I'll be down for that. I talked to him and then I just left. I'm like, wow, thanks for the great sales pitch on your city. I love it. No, I didn't bribe the mayor. Are you wearing a wire? I don't have to answer that. Of course, you can't leave the city unless you have an ID card, but I can't help you with that. Unless you want to help with my re-election campaign. So our real goal for this game is to get all 100 gems, and I feel like you're probably gonna have them if you manage to make it to this guy. I'm trying to think if you, like, really routed for City Hall first. How many gems are in that room where you have to get all the gems? You would want to do torches unless you were actually speedrunning, so that's even more there. I think you just kind of have the money. Thanks a whole lot. Here's your ID card. And he never speaks to us again. Mayor has been successfully bribed. And now we've got our train ticket and our ID card. The only thing left to do is head out to the station and get the heck out of here. He's not a very good mayor, from what we've seen. I don't think there's really ever been a ZZT game where the mayor is depicted as, like, a good guy. It's just all mayors are bastards when it comes to ZZT. Having fun doing my little dance, at least. Some real hula hoops forever energy I've got going here. Oh, that's right, you can't actually shoot on this board. You can't shoot these centipedes. Alright. It's time to ride off into the sunset. Train. Yeah, you know, the population of smiley face in this town is significantly smaller than that of lion and ruffian and centipede and such. Oh yeah, you did. You made it just in time. What I do really like about this game, though, is, well, while you don't go on a purple key hunt, you do get this one, this courtesy key. Just, this is how you know that you've finished a ZZT game. You got the last purple key. Happy trails. The gender key. And you know what's wild? 34 years later, nobody has ever depicted a better train than this. The train passenger speaks. Heck of a day in the city, eh? Now we finally get to relax. Go on home. I'm gonna sit over here. What could be more realistic? It is really cute, though. It's so good. Well, until the train, like, explodes at the end of the first board, but... Now to celebrate with a good drink. Pub. Some real big lettering in this one. And just like everything else, there's just no furnishings. It's really weird. It's just the toilet, actually. There's no desks. There's no plants. There's no like paintings. There's no seats. There's no tables. It's just me and my new date, I guess. Welcome to the pub. 10,000 point bonus. Congratulations! We've made it out of the city. Let me buy you a drink. And thus begins a loving relationship. And thus ends the city of ZZT. How'd I do? 15,120. That good? I don't know. Yeah, that's a city of ZZT. Got it in one. It's fun. I like it. It's a good one. They're all good, is the thing. And over the years, which one I've considered to be the best and the worst is kind of varied all over the place. But there's not really much to complain about, really, in City. Other than, like, the elevator is kind of slow. I wish that wasn't the case. But the actual boards themselves are solid. And it's the first of these ZZT games that really has, like, a number of characters in it. And even some recurring ones. Well, you're not supposed to say that. Oh, right. I mean, I guess it defaults. Yeah, I guess that is set. Fair enough. Alright, thank you all for joining us on ZZT's 34th birthday here. I hope you enjoyed this little trip to the city. Happy birthday, ZZT. That is going to do it for today. As the little thing in the corner says, schedule's a bit weird this week, which is why we did this today, on ZZT's actual birthday, rather than Friday, when it would have been observed normally. No stream on Friday. I will not be around. It is Gate's birthday. And I will never forgive myself if I ever give ZZT's birthday more attention than his. He's the one who had to go and be born like 2 days after ZZT's came out. His mistake. But we'll be back again on Sunday with the usual set of unpreserved worlds. We're going to play a couple more of Will's, I suspect. And then next week we'll return to a more normal schedule. Which will also include next Wednesday. I want to do our bonus stream from our last subscriber goal and play the next game in the Zook series, which I believe is Forest of Ruin. And yeah, I think that'll be something fun to do and see where I stand on that series once I'm finally through with it. I think that's the last one. That's the worst part. I couldn't even tell you. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for sticking around. Hope to see you all next time. Later.